And welcome to another edition of the Cantina of Comics.
Today we're going to show you how to make a Hydrospanner.
Bring me the Hydrospanner! And we've got a double feature of the High Republic. Welcome to another edition of the Cantina of Comics. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kristi.
And today we're going to show you something that is known by one thing, but we're calling it something else. What are we making?
We are making a Hydrospanner.
Bring me the Hydro... Okay, I'm not going to say that every single time. Okay. Maybe I will. Who knows? So this is a take on the screwdriver.
Yes.
Okay.
So traditionally, it is vodka and orange juice, and the vodka that we have is whipped cream vodka.
Okay.
However, yesterday I stopped by the alcohol store.
The alcohol store?
The alcohol store.
Nice.
It's the store where you buy alcohol.
Yeah. Or liquor.
And I found this tropical fruit vodka. So I thought I would make yours out of the whipped cream and mine out of the tropical fruit.
Okay, and
we'll see what we think.
We'll have a taste test.
Yes.
And see whose is better.
So it's 1.5 ounces of vodka. And it's supposed to be in a highball, which I think these glasses are a little larger, so we're not going to fill them all the way to the top with orange juice. Okay. Because we want to taste the alcohol.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Okay.
So it's a pretty simple drink and interesting. And I actually get to drink it today because I don't have to go to work tonight.
Yay.
So.
And take it with your sleeping clothes.
Yeah. I do have to go to bed early though, but okay. So vodka and orange juice, interesting.
You want to stir just a little?
Get it all stirred up. Okay. Here we go. This is
the Hydrospanner.
Bring me the Hydrospanner. Straight up. Okay, I've got the whipped vodka. You've got the citrus.
It's tropical fruit.
Ooh, wait. You might like mine better. Because it's whipped vodka.
I know.
Oh, it's like a creamsicle.
Oh, that's good.
It is good. Okay, and let's see, with the citrus, it's like citrus on top of citrus.
Right. You like yours better?
Nope, I like mine better. It is. It's like drinking a creamsicle, and you're, of course, putting in more vodka.
I want to make sure that I can taste it.
That's true.
It's true, you almost can't taste it because it is fruit on fruit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But man, oh man. I could down this very fast.
You could add a little bit of whole whipped cream to it, and it would really be like a creamsicle.
And then we just garnish it with a orange slice.
And then you sit out on the veranda under the palm trees and...
Or while you're furiously trying to repair the Millennium Falcon.
But you might not be able to get the whatever like screw you would screw in with the Hydrospanner screwed in very well if you have one of these.
But then again, if you're like outside and go, bring me the Hydrospanner, and somebody brings you a drink, that'd be awesome.
And you're not worried about what you need the Hydrospanner for.
Nope, because you would drink it.
So,
I like it. Yeah. You've got a little bit of history of the old screwdriver, don't you?
So I do. I was thinking, you always talk about the origin stories of Star Wars.
Sure.
And so I thought,
I don't know why you said it that way, but okay, sure.
So I thought I'd look into the origin story of this drink. And American oil workers on the Persian Gulf years ago would sneak vodka into their orange juice, and because they didn't have a spoon out there on the Persian Gulf to be stirring it with, they used a screwdriver.
Whoa, where did that come from?
I don't know, it's amazing. So anyway, they used a screwdriver.
And so that's what they did
I didn't clean it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we talked about that. Oh gosh.
Well, here's to getting a tetanus shot. All right, so that's how you make a Hydrospanner. Coming up, we're going to talk a double feature of the High Republic comics. And welcome back to the Cantina of Comics. Today we're talking about two High Republic comics. We're talking about the High Republic issue number 2 and the High Republic Adventures issue number 1. Let's go ahead and start with Star Wars The High Republic issue number 2, There Is No Fear, Chapter 2, Tomb in Space. This issue is written by Kevin Scott with art by Ario Anindito and inks by Mark Morales. Now to start things off, I'm a little bit confused because at the end of issue number 1, Jedi Master Skier walked into his chambers after the ceremony at the Starlight Beacon. Inside, he reacted to something that made him really upset. In fact, the cover of issue number 2 looks like it picks up where issue 1 left off. But the story starts off with Master Skier and Jedi Knight Keeve Trennis on a mission with the Kotabi Bond twins, Tarek and Seret. The 4 Jedi members are investigating a derelict ship that has been attacked by the Nihil. All aboard the ship are dead, including a Hutt. They discover that the ship was transporting a grain called Ratixia, which is a key ingredient in creating the healing agent Bacta. Skier and Seret head to the farming colony on the planet Surti Minor, and there Seret is attacked by something, and all that's left behind is his lightsaber. Here now are my quick takes on issue number 2 of Star Wars The High Republic. Once again, I was a little thrown off trying to piece together the end of issue 1 and the beginning of issue 2. I did like the introduction of the Kotabi Bond twins. They're kind of sort of like Jedi Corsican brothers. We get a Rogue One reference, as Keeve says, "The Force is with me and I am one with the Force." But she does add on a little blah 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 on the end of that. Jedi Master Skier may want to invest in some anger management classes as he turns a Nihil warrior into Julian fries. And finally, you could almost smell the corpse of the dead Hutt and the Gamorrean guards in Ario's 2-page spread. Now let's switch over to Star Wars The High Republic Adventures from IDW, issue number 1, Collision Course. This issue is written by Daniel Jose Older with art by Harvey Talabeo and colors by Rebecca Nalty. We start with a ship in the Trimat system that has encountered debris coming out of hyperspace from the Great Disaster. A distress signal goes out, and the only Republic ship in the area that can respond is the Starhopper, a Padawan academic cruiser. Aboard are Jedi Masters Yoda and Torben Buck, along with Padawan Lula Talasola and other Jedi Padawans. As debris begins to rain down on Bralanik City, we're introduced to Zeen Rala and her friend Crix. They live in a society that teaches their children to beware of the Force and distrust Jedi. But guess what? Zeen has a secret. The Padawans make their way to the surface and see a Nihil spider ship that could rescue people from the planet. But the Nihil are not letting any of the townspeople on board the ship. Lula and the other Padawans try to convince the elders to change their minds, aggressive negotiations. As the debris increasingly rains down, Zeen taps into the Force to stop the debris and thus exposes herself as a Force user. The Padawans are surrounded and the order goes out from a certain Nihil leader to kill them all. And now here are my quick takes on issue number 1 of Star Wars The High Republic Adventures. It's nice that we get to see what Grandmaster Yoda was up to during the Great Disaster. But while Yoda and Torben Buck handle the larger pieces of debris, the Padawans are sent to the surface all by themselves. And while it's not mentioned in this issue that the Padawans come face to face with a Nihil, oh yeah, it's the Nihil. And while the art in this issue is absolutely beautiful, it did take a little getting used to Harvey Talabeo's representation of Yoda. So what did you think of Star Wars The High Republic issue number 2 and The High Republic Adventures issue number 1? Let us know what you think. Just head over to utini.com/discord and then click on EU Comics. And be sure to check out the new Utini podcast, The Cosmic Force, talking all about your favorite Star Wars comics. Just head over to youtube.com/utini.
The Outrider, Dash Rendar, or Prince Shizor. How do you say Shizor? Do you say Shizor? Do you say Zizor?
I think it's supposed to be Shizor.
Shizor is how it is in the audiobook, so, What audiobook? Doesn't matter. Scoundrels, I think. Yeah. Luke can swim, which is funny because he comes from a desert planet. But what's the flip side of that, Freddie?
Leia cannot swim.
Even though she was raised as royalty on a planet, just teeming with bodies of water, and there's nice pools, probably fountains, streams. It's Alderaan, but you just picture peace and tranquility and beauty. But Luke, who comes from the desert, pro swimmer, because the patriarchy. Am I right? I've been laughing like Yoda all week. If you know what I'm saying? I'm deep in that world.
And welcome back to the Cantina of Comics, and we're drinking our delicious, at least mine is, Hydrospanners. So delicious. So we're gonna play a little game called For What It's Worth. Now, this is a vintage, vintage Millennium Falcon from Kenner, 1979. And just take a guess as to how a complete, let's say complete in the box Millennium Falcon would be worth on the open market today.
How much did it cost to begin with?
This was, I believe, $30?
Holy cow.
Yeah, that was like $1 million back in 1979.
It would be like 200 in the box. Okay. So what you're saying is, whenever you pass away, I need to know how much this is worth.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a little bit of education, sure. Okay, let's just say that if I were to pass tomorrow, boom, you would know how much to sell this for.
$1,000.
You're very close. Mint in the box, meaning it hasn't been open since 1979, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000.
And this one is worth $5.
And this $5, yes. Yeah. This one's worth $5. No, actually, this one, because it's been played with and because it's been loved, it has a couple issues with it. The first would be the ramp. The ramp lost one of its teeth here, and so it won't stay on there, and one of the support beams was broken.
Yeah.
So so take that away, minus that. Stickers here have peeled off, so the stickers aren't there anymore, but it still has its radar dish, it still has its turret gun, it still opens up. And so if you were to sell this one tomorrow, Kristi, you could probably get maybe $50, $60 for it.
What is this?
Now, let me tell you a couple of interesting things. If you were to break this down for parts, you might do better at complete at about $50, but let me show you something. This is, if I can pull off here, this is probably the most sought after piece, because for some reason when kids played, this was the first thing to go missing. This is the seeker droid that Luke Skywalker trained with his lightsaber, and you can see it's on a string. And this, in and of itself, is about $75. Oh. So, just keep that in mind. Okay. The radar dish, maybe about $20 to $30. The turret, maybe another $20. This is the hollow chess game table, $20. So, if you were to break it down for parts, you could probably get more out of it by selling it in pieces than as a whole.
So what part of the Millennium Falcon were they working on when they had to get the Hydrospanner?
Down in this part over here. Yeah. Okay. It's actually, if you were to open it up, it has a secret compartment.
Fun.
Look at that. And a lot of people, I read on the internet a couple weeks ago that somebody didn't know as they were going through the Millennium Falcon that this little floor panel can be put into here.
Yeah.
Somehow, there we go.
There you go. Huh.
So you can store it in the roof. So there you go, little neat. FYI. But yeah, so that's for what it's worth. But once again, I would never, ever sell this. Ever.
Well, that's okay, honey.
Ever.
I don't know, did you
Kristi, on the other hand?
There's a lot of things. Just call me.
We'll put the number down. Yeah. Her cell phone number on the bottom of the screen. So it's like, yes, I'm interested in the Millennium Falcon.
So when I was, probably 9.
Okay.
What movie came out when I was 9? So it'd be about 81.
That would be Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. So my mom and her friend's daughter and I drove over to the Oregon coast, and when we got to Portland, we went to some department store. I don't even remember which one it was, but I talked to my mom into buying me a Han Solo and Princess Leia action figure.
Oh,
yeah, so
how
those
nice.
were my first Star Wars.
Those were your first two?
Mm-hmm.
My first two were Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca. And it was with my dad who took me deer hunting. And because deer season falls on my birthday, this was like one of the first times that we ever shared a birthday. Because he was always off deer hunting. And so he got me a Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca action figure.
He conned you into going hunting with them.
Actually, it was a surprise.
Oh, really?
It was a surprise. Aww. It was a birthday present.
That was nice.
And before we left camp that day, we don't have any sea cells, do we?
Possibly.
Anyway, this is the battery compartment here. You put two
So it
C
makes
cells in, it
noises.
makes noise, but the problem is, even in its prime, the sound was like, kind of like a faulty Millennium Falcon. So, yeah, so nice memories, nice
Very
memories.
cool.
All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of the Cantina of Comics. If you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to Utini for thumbs up.
Oh.
And leave a comment down below if you try out the Hydrospanner. Bring me the Hydrospanner!
And if you try a different flavor of vodka in it and you like it, let us know.
Let us know. So thanks for watching. That'll do it for us. Join us again for another Cantina of Comics. Until then, keep on drinking and keep on reading.